morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to another Coffee and Conversation. All right, we're here today. We are tuned in today. I'm excited. I'm the Grateful Recovery Coach. My name is Michael.
I am Craig, also one of your recovery coaches.
And I'm Karen, also recovery coach.
All right, so how we going out? What we got going on? Thank y'all for tuning in today. We have Recoveries on Wheels this week. Where we at this week? Wednesday? Mini Park, Millville, New Jersey. So if you have any individuals out there who are looking to get into some type of treatment or just need some assistance that we may provide, come out to Recoveries on Wheels and at Mini Park Wednesday from 10 to 2 o'clock. We got some people joining us in there. We wanted to acknowledge all you guys. JB Brown, how you doing? Miss Hester, how you doing? Thank y'all for tuning in. As always, we acknowledge everybody who supports us as we doing what we believe our purpose is, and that's helping people who struggle with some type of addiction or substance use disorder. Sorry. Okay, right now we're going to go to what else we got? You got anything else we got going on
This Thursday, we're going to forget about all recovery meetings this Thursday at 1 o'clock p.m. And that's going to be a very interesting discussion, whatever we decide to talk about. All right, what's that? Many pathways of recovery?
We're going to be talking about many pathways of recovery. Last week we did the 12 steps. And this week we'll pick another particular pathway and we will elaborate on that because we do believe in many pathways to recovery, even if you didn't take my pathway or someone else's pathways, whatever pathway gets you to maintaining your sobriety, I salute you. So with that being said, we're going to go over many pathways of recovery next this Thursday. Today, we're going to go over a great topic. Miss Hester said, where's the coffee? Where's our coffee?
Right here.
There they go, right? They got it. I got water. Because we had to get some more coffee. I got water right here today. But we got the coffee. I got the conversation today. So yeah, I thanks, Miss. Oh man, so okay, today we're going to talk about celebrate your progress. This is a very important topic. It's so important to me, I believe, to everyone in the addiction focused field. Is celebrating your progress is universal. That what I mean by that is it's bigger than just something dealing with recovery or criminal lifestyle. Everybody should celebrate their progress in life overall. So today we're going to go over some of it, and next Tuesday, we're going to go over it again. That's how important I believe that it is. So today we're going to go over something we got from the recovery.org website, and anything that we go over, we can provide to you. If you leave the number 5 in the comment section, I'll make sure I inbox you the link exactly where we got the content from. And we always want to give the individuals their credit for providing some great material for people in recovery or groups like we're doing today. So who wants to start off?
All right, I'll start off. It says, celebrate your progress. And the article states, when it comes to binge eating and body image issues, the journey to recovery is no easy feat. The journey is often long and hard. Most people struggle with disordered eating for years and years. So to be able to overcome it and experience life-changing healing and transformation doesn't happen overnight. Remember that. It's a struggle. All right. Whether you've been on your recovery journey for quite some time or you're just a couple of months into it, take a moment to celebrate. Take a moment to acknowledge the work and commitment it has taken you to come this far.
Hey, he read some great, powerful stuff, so please allow me to pull over, pause, and park for a moment. It says, he says, so to be able to overcome it and experience life-changing healing and transformation doesn't happen overnight. This is very important because a lot of times people believe that they're going to see the results of something immediately. And when you're coming from one bad lifestyle and you're going into a different lifestyle, this transformation will not happen overnight. It has often been said, and I have embraced it in my recovery walk, that it's not a one-time event, it's a journey. Embrace the journey. So one of the things that you should always do when you celebrating your progress is, first, you need to understand that it's a lifetime process. It's a lifetime journey. You just need to embrace it. And it doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes you might get it right. Sometimes you might get it wrong. Don't panic. Just keep moving.
Mm-hmm. You got real with yourself and your situation. You decided that you weren't going to settle for struggle and pain anymore, and you did something about it. That is an incredible accomplishment, and it deserves to be acknowledged. And so with that, you know, we a lot of times we're so hard on our own self.
That's true.
And so when we do accomplish a small task, we may overlook it or brush it under the rug. But no, that is a strong suit that you have, or feat that you have overcame.
Yeah.
And so acknowledge yourself, celebrate yourself, do something to say, pat yourself on your own back, encourage yourself.
Good job.
Hey, listen, I got over that. Let's move on.
And if nobody told you that today, we here at Capital Recovery Center, as the recovery coaches, would like to encourage you and tell you, if no one told you you did a good job, we're telling you today, great job. If you made it through yesterday, and you're here today with us, if you're under the sound of our voice, then that means you got another opportunity to correct any wrongs or defects of character that you might be experiencing. But also about celebrating your accomplishment. Speaking about celebrating your accomplishment, we have Recovery Spotlight. That is one of the hallmark things that we like to do every Friday, first Friday of the month. We celebrate someone who has been successful in their recovery walk. So those accomplishments, the purpose of those accomplishments is to try to use your life to inspire or instill hope in other individuals that may know you. And you might be surprised, no matter how good I am at what I do or how we are at what we do, if we can reach the person, it's good. But some people will be reached because they know you. So when you celebrate your accomplishment, you instill hope in them, and they think, man, you know, that person did it, I can do it too. Because you know they always think you was the worst anyway. Celebrate your accomplishments.
That's right. Don't have a self-defeating attitude. On the flip side of this celebration and success, part of you may always feel like you're still working toward the finish line. But recovery is about progress and intention, not perfection. The truth is that none of us are perfect, and we all mess up. A great way to support your recovery is to focus on your progress, not being perfect.
That's it. Somebody put that in the comment section for us. Focus on your progress, not being perfect. Focus on your progress, not being perfect. Somebody, if you can put that in there, and remember, that is very important. If you focus on your progress, right, not being perfect, then it will keep you encouraged to continue the process that you're on. I oftentimes find myself focusing on the minor things that I have achieved, which propels me, or it propels me to do something else greater. So remember, focus on your progress, not being perfect. That is very important. I don't want you to miss that. And please, somebody put that in the comment section for me.
And also, I am, me, myself, I'm in recovery, a long time recovery. And so I still haven't arrived yet. And so I don't want to say yet, but I still haven't arrived. So in a lot of areas of my life, I'm still making progress.
Mm-hmm.
And so whatever it may be, I like to consider myself growing, because there's a saying, if the thing is not growing, then it must be decaying.
That's right.
And so always look to grow and improve your lifestyle for the better. That is. All right. And so if you're struggling with binge eating and body image issues, it's likely you'll struggle with a perfectionist mindset. When you seek perfection, you tend to look at the world in a very all or nothing, black or white way. That's why you struggle with food for so long. If you didn't follow the rules to a T, you were a failure, and you probably tipped from one end of the scale to the other.
You like that?
That's why it's called the diet and binge cycle. At the core of that cycle is the intention of being perfect.
Yeah, and that's why when you change diets, remember I'm telling you, when we're talking to you guys, we're not talking to you from the perspective of just recovery. Because if you take the substance out of a person's life and they don't have any life skills or coping skills, develop coping skills, then the substance will possibly return immediately. So we talk about when he was just reading, and I was talking about dieting and stuff. If you try to change your diet and try to be perfect on that diet, like say you wanted to stop 4 different things and you stop all four of them at once, the chances of you failing at that diet is high, because it's just you try to be so perfect and it won't work. Now, if you say I want to quit these 4 things, but I'm gonna start with this one, you give yourself a better opportunity to succeed with your diet plan. And that's the same thing in recovery and not trying to or focus on progress and not perfection. So if you focus on the progress you made by eliminating that one thing, and then the next 2 weeks you say, now I'm gonna take on the second thing. So if you focus on the progress and not the perfection of quitting them all, it'll work out. Thank you, Miss Hester, for putting that up in the comment section. All right, where we at? Perfection doesn't exist. It is just a means of external validation. So many people are codependent on others to define and express their worth and lovability because they think that they cannot provide that for themselves. However, the truth is that each and every one of us is fully capable of cultivating validation, worthiness, and love from within. That is so true. I talked about that Friday when you did your presentation. Good presentation, by the way. But anyway, when I said that I think myself happy, and that's why and what I mean by that, it doesn't mean that everything in my life is going right at that time. It doesn't mean that I don't struggle financially. I don't have bills and I'm just saying that my mindset, I think myself happy. That comes from within. That's an innate ability. All of us have it. We just don't tap into it. It says, in fact, doing so is far more powerful than seeking those things from someone else. If you're able to encourage yourself, coming from within to encourage yourself and knowing that you are worthy, you are lovable, you are someone, you start to do that, you don't need it from outside sources. It is okay for outside sources to tell you did a good job, or they care about you, or they love you, or they're there for you. That's important. But you should always try to get that type of worthiness from yourself.
And also, I just want to share this, and I got this from my pastor, Pastor Albert Melvin Morgan. Is that he said, once you change your attitude, you begin to change your altitude. And that is basically saying that if you have a low self-esteem in one area of your life, keep working and striving to elevate yourself to a higher standard. And so never allow yourself to be in a position where you don't validate yourself.
That's right.
Always try to encourage yourself, as Mike was just making mention of that. And also always strive to bring out the best, not only in yourself, but in someone else. So with that said, we can move on, I believe.
At the end of the day, if your relationship with yourself is broken, it will negatively impact every area of your life, including your recovery. If your relationship with yourself is broken, that's why you often hear motivational speakers or pastors or whoever is a person who speaks, and they tell a person, you have to love yourself. It's very important that if your relationship with yourself is broken, no matter how many unsuccessful attempts at recovery you had, no matter how many unsuccessful attempts at relationships you had, if the relationship you have with yourself is broken, it will impact every area of your life. That's why I coined that phrase. Oh, sorry, I did not coin that phrase. That's why I love that scripture in the Bible that says, I think myself happy. So you have to do the same way. That means it doesn't have to always be right. It doesn't always have to go my way. But my mindset is, I think myself happy because I want that mindset to affect or impact every area of my life. You have to do the exact same thing as well. If your relationship with yourself is broken, it will negatively impact every area of your life. And we're talking about celebrating your progress. And in order for you to celebrate your progress, don't dwell on all the mistakes you have, because remember, it's not about perfection. You got to focus on progress. All right, where we at? All right, you want that one? Next paragraph, Ms. Karen.
I'll read the part here where it says there are various ways.
Got it. Go ahead.
There are various ways that you can start to acknowledge yourself and celebrate your progress and journey. Here are a few suggestions. Journal about your progress. Take some time at least once a week to sit down and write about your recent wins and progress. What did you do really well this week? What was a difficult situation that you overcame? How far have you come now compared to where you were this time a year ago?
Wow. She says, journal about your progress. I mean, write that thing down. You know, I did this, I did this, I did this. Remember, I used the analogy or the situation about a diet. And you want to quit 4 different things take 4 different things out your diet. All right, if you conquered that first one, the first 2 weeks, write that down. Journal about it. Talk about it.
Mark it off.
Like, yeah, this is what I did. This is what I do. I remember one time one guy said to me, he said, I told him about making minor adjustments and making minor changes in his life. And he said, I went back to my room and I thought about what you said. He says, you know, what minor change I did? Said, yo, I'm not going to smoke a cigarette after I eat dinner like I always do. And that he said, I did it. And that was a progress for him because he smoked every time he eat, he smoked a cigarette. He said, but this time I'm not going to smoke after I eat. Did he quit smoking that day? Absolutely not. But he seen the progress in his ability to be able to not do something when he set his mind to it. So that's why you got to journal about your progress. You got to write it down and then let that build and lead to something else.
What about self-motivation? Let's talk about self-motivation a little bit.
Go on, let's talk
A
about
lot of times, you know, we have to be self-motivated as well, because we can sit here and give you all these great encouraging words, but also you have to take the initiative. I believe for everyone, you know, we have to say, you know what, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
That's true.
I want to take the first step in making my life much better, and that's called positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
And so by having positive reinforcement with your thinking, so as a man thinketh,
So is he. Hey, journal about the next one. What we got? We got 3 of them. So you take one, Craig, I take one.
All right. Create a progress memory jar. Wow. Decorate a mason jar and get some cute post-it notes on or sectionary to go with it. Each time you have a win, make progress. Or do something worthy of acknowledgement. Write it down, date it, and put it on your memory jar every few months or year. If you want to make it extra special, sit down and read through all the notes in your jar.
Create a progress memory jar.
Yeah.
Drop it in there.
Right. And so I went through this counselor, me and the counselor, we was talking, and he said, you know what? I want you to journal and write down every task that you need to accomplish. And he says, as you begin to, just as this article may mention in the memory jar, as you begin to accomplish each task, write down the date that you accomplish that task, you know, and you'll see how far you have come along the way in your journey. So
sit down. It says, Craig Bray says, if you want to make it extra special, sit down and read all through all the notes in your jar. Just have a day, sit down, and all those notes you put in your memory jar about your progress, sit down and read them. And you see how far you got. I remember one guy I used to teach him, mentor him when he was incarcerated. And when he was in there, I gave him a book to write down, a workbook, a mind adjustment workbook. And he was writing down all the stuff that he did, how he felt. When he got out of incarceration, he went back and revisited his memory jar. He revisited it. He says, man, I don't even think like that anymore. And look how far I have came. So when you create a progress memory jar, you can revisit it and it'll be very special to you because you'll see how far you actually came. And let me tell you a great time to do that. Whenever you feel like you're having a bad day or you're having bad thoughts, that's when you want to pull out that memory jar and look at your progress. I mean, don't only do it all those times, but they will be very powerful or encouraging to you if you look at your progress when you're having a bad moment or you're thinking bad thoughts or you're just not having a good day. Just pull out your progress memory jar and look at how far you came. All right, and we got another one. Communicate your progress. Give yourself a shout out. Shout it out. Communicate your progress. Give yourself a shout out. Whether it's on social media or while chatting with a friend, speak your win out loud. There is no better way to celebrate yourself than to share it with others who can also celebrate your progress. This is so profound to me because yesterday or the other day, I remember I was talking to a guy and he said, man, let me just shake your hand. I said, why? He said, man, you got a very nice car. And I remember when you used to ride your bike to work. And I said, man, you know, I never really thought about it, the progress. And yesterday I had put a post about how my wife and I, our 2 cars. And that's something to just celebrate your progress. It says, let you know, communicate. Give yourself a shout out. Communicate your progress. Don't just, if you have been grateful and you've been blessed in a certain way, communicate your progress because trust me, when you were going through everything you're going through, it was very tough. So when you start to go through that process and you start to see some fruit of your labor, don't be ashamed. Communicate your progress. Give yourself a shout out.
All right. Because words are very powerful, believe it or not. And so if you speak life,
that's what you're going to get.
The atmosphere, that's what you're going to get. You speak productivity, that's what you're going to get. You speak negative,
that's what you're going to get.
That's what you're going to get.
Yeah,
so believe in yourself. Have self-belief in yourself.
All the time.
All the time that you can do it.
Yeah. Communicate your progress always. What we got? Conclusion.
Through your recovery, you are literally living a new life. You have moved through old destructive patterns and mindsets, and you are showing up as a better version of yourself day in and day out. That is truly amazing and something that deserves to be celebrated. Just like starting any other new habit, be cognizant of really setting aside some time daily to stop and appreciate yourself and all you've done. Getting into this habit and creating a well of self-inspiration and celebration to pull from will not only aid your recovery, it will support you in the moments when you feel like giving up and falling back into old patterns. There is no better way to move through struggle than to be aware how you've done so before. You've got this.
That's why I just said that. When you're feeling down or feeling a certain way, there is no better way to move through a struggle than to be aware of how you've done it so before. You got this. You have to always celebrate your progress, no matter what level you may be in or what phase or stage you might be in your recovery process. You always need to celebrate your recovery process. And if you find yourself right now in a relapse state of substance use disorder, our numbers on the screen, you can call us and we can help you re-engage your process and get it started all over again. If you're able to hear us, that means you're alive to be able to start over. So don't give up on yourself. Remember, and if you're in recovery or any type of a substance use disorder field, just always celebrate your progress.
All right, so I believe that's it for this.
And next week, we're going to go over, next week, we're going to do the same thing, celebrate your progress, but it's going to be, we're going to learn how to celebrate small victories and make progress. So we'll go over that next week. Thank everybody for tuning in. We don't forget about Recoveries on Wheels. We want to tell our boss, Melissa, to enjoy her vacation. We see her when she comes back. Again, welcome to Coffee and Conversation. We see you Thursday at 1 p.m. for our all recovery meeting. We will be going over different pathways because we support multiple pathways of recovery. We will take one of those pathways and we will discuss it from our expertise and our perspective, and you'll be able to join in with us and comment. And thanks everybody who comment and follow us and watch the videos later. Again, if you need any assistance from us, our number is on the screen. It's 856-391-7449 or 1-800-236-2448. And with that, my name is Michael. I'm a grateful recovery coach for Capital Recovery Center.
I'm Craig, also one of your recovery coaches. So long.
And I'm Karen, also recovery coach. Have a happy Tuesday.
All right, guys. See you.